Shalom. Excuse me, Shalom. First things first, I want to give honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Makar Brak the Yahweh, Brak the Yahshai, Brak the Yahweh, Brak the Yahshai, Bashem Makar. We give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders at Great Millstone, to you hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth that's fighting and pushing. Keep on the goal, man. This right here is just a quick story. It's more or less to show you that look, Esau's painting himself into a corner, okay? Because these things about hate crimes and different things like that, all this is moving towards him justifying him coming at this truth. Because that's why you see the truth is channels are getting cut. The door is closing, man. The door is closing. The time of people can play with us and say this and say that. There's going to be a time where this truth is not going to be available the way that you see it now. Just like in the time when it wasn't available. That's the scary part. Imagine there was a time, especially if you're in this truth, that you did not know this truth. Then there was no word talk about the Lord's name. There was no Israelites. We all believed the narrative of the so-called Jews are white. The Lord was white. The disciples were white. Naked babies running around with wings on their back. All these things we didn't have a problem with because the Lord put a cloak of darkness over the world. That's why it says the veil that was cast over the people. All right. So there was a time where this truth wasn't available. So it can come again, and it is going to come again, because Yahweh Shem Yahshai is going to make it to where this truth is not available to the public. It's going to be closed to the general public, and only the ones that have taken heed and have taken the oil, they're going to be the ones that it says knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time. So there's going to be people that don't have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and they don't have stability in that time, man. Hey, shalom, shalom. That's what we coming to. Shalom to you brothers on the comment board. If you Akim got some scriptures, definitely post them, and I'll definitely get to them, man. But let's jump back into this. You see, it says, feel like anti-Semitic hate crimes are on the rise in New York. You're not wrong. See, they want to when something happens to them, they paint it out. This is a hate crime. We invented hate crimes. We're the initiative to hate crimes. All right. Hate crimes have been happening to Jake for a long time. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Nobody. That's why it says nobody goes out of the way to ask about Israel. But once it happens to these so-called Jews, it's a big deal, man. You know, it's a big deal. We've been getting gunned down in the street and brutalized for how many generations, and nobody comes to our aid, man. All right. It says, I'll read a little bit of the story right here, and then we'll get back into some scriptures. It says, Twitter, the social media forum, are buzz with worry and anger about two anti-Semitic incidents in New York City. The smashing windows at a girl's Yasav and a scrawling, let me see, get this damn ad out. Always trying to sell you something, man. Swastika and the message, kill all Jews, on a Manhattan subway station on a wall. The two incidents which happened between Friday night and Monday morning are adding to the widespread sense of anti-Semitic hate crimes. Because you have, just like Esau was chased into the mountains, it's coming out that this man is responsible for a lot of the atrocities and a lot of the madness that goes on in the world, man. So these are people that are not in the spirit, because it says, wait upon me till I rise to the prey. Us as Israelites, we're not meant to do anything to Esau. We're not meant to go at this man, because we're meant to wait on the Lord, because the Lord has this man in a trap. All right. Everything that's happening right now, from World War III to the mark of the beast, all of it is a trap that the Lord is setting for Esau, man. And it's about to be trapped. He's actually in it. Just like a bird goes down and gets a seed, or he gets some kind of what's it called, lure. He's in the trap, man. We are the lure. Once he comes to take us, the trap is gonna spring, man. So we are that what the word I'm looking for? Man, it's escaping me. When something is like a lure or some kind of treat, we are that, man. Because once Esau comes to take us, the trap is going to spring, man. And that's it. And that's curtains. That's why the Lord said he's going to raise up a standard against him. That's what we got to prepare for. We should be excited when Esau wants to come at us and say the truth is this, because that's the trap, man. This is Psalms 10 and verse 2. And it says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. That's right. This right here, Psalms, is from the brother. This is Psalms 55 and 3. Because the voice of the enemy, because hold on, let me get it back up. It says, because the voice of the enemy, because the poor, because of the oppression of the wicked, for they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. Exactly, because Esau doesn't like righteousness, man. That's why it says, he that departed from wickedness maketh himself a prey. Let's get that real quick. So once you get out of the world, like I know you brothers have woken up, you know, you've come to the realization of who you are. Now you are a target, man, in the world, man, especially for these demons. So what happens now? Esau is saying that us reading the Bible, us watching the way we eat, we're now a problem, man. You know what's wrong with Jake wanting to have a pride about themselves and not wanting to eat certain things and act certain ways? That's a problem, because he don't have an issue with the dudes in the world that are talking about guns and shooting people and eating all types of, fighting over damn Popeye's chicken sandwiches. He don't have a problem with that. That's good in his mind, you know. That's okay. But we reading the Bible and going into history and bringing out documents and more proof to our people, we're the issue now. You see, that's why it says, woe unto you that call evil good and good evil. We're being called evil because we're doing good, man. That's how you know we're at the end of this thing. And we have to have the truth. Because if we were not so-called causing a problem against his what's he set up, because he's made us pretty much he's made us the laughing stock of the world. Now the world is looking at us in a different light. That's why you see a lot more Jakes with Edomites. That's why you see Jakes with different nations, because these other nations at one time would look at us with hate and disdain. Now they're looking at us like, damn, they ain't so bad. You know, now white women are looking at white males as a problem because of these mass shootings. Who's been doing these mass shootings and killing Walmarts? It's been white Edomites, male Edomites. So now they're painting themselves as the new terrorists because nobody wants to say it. He's become the elephant in the room. All right. This is John 6 and 15, just to go back, piggyback or lamb back off the brother's precept. This is, it says, when Yahushua therefore perceived that they would take him, Salakia. Let me go back to, let me see. Let me see, make him so. Here we go. There we go. This is Isaiah 59 and 15. It says, yea, truth faileth, and he that depart from evil maketh himself a prey. So what is evil? The bad things that we did in life. Everything that made us evil was going against the law, statutes, and commandments, calling ourselves black. All these things were against the Most High. But it says, he that departeth from evil, which means leave, maketh himself a prey. And what are you a prey for? You're a prey for the world. Esau is the main hunter, and then you got the spiritual demon Satan, man. It says, and just like Satan told the Most High about Job, man. Satan was pretty much, oh, he loves you because you're doing good for him. So it says, Him that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. So there's no judgment in the planet Earth right now when it comes to this truth. We're the only ones that's standing and making ourselves known that what? We're standing on the side of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So once he comes back, he's going to know that. He's going to know that we're the ones that's standing on the side, man. All right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra. Let me see here. All right, here we go. This is 2nd Ezra 12 and verse 25. Let's go down here, and it says, "For these are they that shall accomplish his wickedness, and that shall flourish his last end." It says, "And whereout thou sawest the great head appear no more, it is signified that one of them shall die upon the bed, and yet with pain, because Esau has wickedness to accomplish on the planet Earth, man." Okay, that I brought this out to say that the Lord set up certain Edomites to accomplish wickedness on the planet Earth and do certain things. Just like the apostle brought out about Alexander the Great knowing Hebrew and speaking Hebrew. So that's showing you there that Lord set up certain men to do certain things. Just like Esau set up to do the wickedness on the planet Earth to show us how not to rule the earth, man. And then he's going to be done away with. And then what? We're going to be set up as rulers on the planet Earth. He's out of his league, man. Esau does not realize he's out of his league. He's being played from the beginning, man. All right? He's not set up to rule. He's set up to show us a lesson. He's a whipping stick. This is Psalm 7 and 16. It says, "His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate." Let me see that. What's that word pate mean? That's quada. It says head, crown, top of head, hair, crown, scalp. So it's going to come down on his own head, man. All right. Brother just put up this is Psalms 83 and 5. It says, "For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." See, because Esau and these other nations, they are against us, man. All right. They all want to take us out of the way because why? We're the only ones that's standing up for the true understanding of the scriptures. We're the only ones that's doing what the Bible says. And the world has a problem with that, man. If we were out here sagging our pants, listening to hip hop music, the world wouldn't have no problem with us, man. But understand how powerful that you are, that once you do something that they notice it, man. We don't be watching Esau like that, man. We get the initial news and then we go into it, but we don't sit there just like the Illuminati. We don't sit there and wait for every single thing the Illuminati does. We know that they're gonna do their wickedness, man, because we've already seen that they're beat, man. They're not a real threat. Okay, it's gonna be the time when they come at this truth full fledged. They're gonna be a threat. But the only thing we worrying about is Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because he got everything. He says, if he be with us, who can be against us? This is Psalms 83 and 5. Let me finish it. It says, "For they have consulted together in one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom." They're the first ones because they're the chief house. That's why you read in Revelations, it says the synagogue of Satan. They're the chief ones, man. Among all the heathens, they're the chief of wickedness right now, man. All right? And they're not going to get away with it, man. They're not going to get away with what they've done and done on the planet Earth to the trees, to us as a people. They're not getting away with it, man. This is Psalms 9 and 16. The Lord is known by the judgment. So we gonna know Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing it by the judgment that comes on this man. Just like you see the opioid epidemic, all these things are judgments that have been set up for this man to taste. It says, "For the Lord is known by judgment, which he executed. The wicked is snared in his work of his own hands." He gone salah. So he's snared in his own work. He is snared by putting the chip out there. If he never put the chip out there, then he wouldn't have been, the prophecy wouldn't have been done. But the prophecy is done. That shows you the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. Because once he tries to come and put that chip and destroy us, and that's it. It says the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget the Most High. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. And you, who you think is the needy? That's you. That's us, man. The hopeful elect, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are that needy, man. The Lord is not always going to forget us. Yahweh Shem Yahshua is not always going to push us to the side, man. He's pulling us to the forefront. Though we catch hell, though we go through our burdens, we go wake up every day to go to dead-end jobs. That's all a part of us learning what we need to learn on this side, man. Because the Lord is getting ready to make us all perfect. None of us are going to sin again. He's going to program us to be perfect people, man. And therefore, he'll continue to bless us. All brothers always read Deuteronomy 28, but you got to read Deuteronomy 28 and 1 on down, man. The Lord is getting ready to bless his people like he promised back then, just like he promised our fathers, which we are coming back in the regeneration, in the reincarnation. All right. It's a beautiful verse, man. All right. I'll read it one more time. And it says, for the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectations of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Lord, let not men prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Lord. The nations may know themselves to be but men. Salah. That's why I said earlier, the Most High rules this thing, man. All right. So everything that Esau's doing right now is putting himself into a trap, and it's getting ready to be sprung on him. He's not going to have a choice. It's Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8. It's Brother Yasha'Allah, because of unrighteous dealings, and let me put it up here, because it keeps going away when I read it on the phone, Akim. Forgive me. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 8. And it says, he that diggeth, hold on. Yep, Ecclesiasticus, let me go up here. Salakia. Let me see if it'll, hold on. Let me type it up here 1 second. It's Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse 8. It'll pop up. Now the computer wants to move. Now I don't want to open the link. Boy, Satan is alive, man. I'll read it on here while it loads up, man. It says, but of unrighteous dealings and unjust riches, got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's exactly what you see taking place. We're coming up. That's why the Edomite man is being found more and more as a terrorist and a problem. Even his own woman is looking at him like, damn, he's a mass shooter, man. All right. And then now you see a lot more interracial relationships. You see Jake's for working certain jobs. You know, we get our little ups here and there, man. Esau has been way up. He's coming way down, man. He's coming to our level, which is a low level in this society, because we're at the bottom, man. So if you're compared unto the bottom of the bottom, then you're on your way out, man. All right. So I think that covered it, man. I didn't know how long it's gonna be, but the water to you, Akim, that came by and put in comments and help put some fuel on this fire. Al-Baratazar, man, this thing burns this man all the way down. Just like it says, the trap is set for the devil, man. All right, and he's getting ready to spring it. We're that bait. That's what it is. Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Al-Shai. Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Al-Shai. Bait, man. We're a spiritual bait, man, okay? We're bait for this man, and when he comes and takes us, the Lord's going to get him, man. All right, so the trap is set, and we're the bait. All right. So once he comes and tries to do something over his so-called parameters, the Lord's going to do something to him. All right. So with that, I want to give all praise and honor and praise into Yahweh Shem Yahshua for giving us his truth, knowledge, and wisdom. The water to you, Akim, for coming by, man. Keep faith, keep fighting. And always thank Yahweh Shem Yahshua that you know this truth, you know the breakdowns, and you understand it, man. All right. This yoke is easy, man. And always praise Yahweh Shem Yahshua and give thanks, man. He's due. Shalom, Akim. Keep fighting, keep faith.